gonna get this, but in the blue color.
Okay.
And we're gonna get these scrunchy shorts, but in the pink color.
Hey. Yeah.
Good morning, YouTube. This is going to be a little bit of a different kind of video. If you are new here and you have literally just clicked on the video because of the title and you want to see a house tour, my name is Noelle. I make lifestyle vlogs, interior vlogs about decorating, makeovers, and travel when I travel. If you're not new here, then welcome back. You already know this kitchen. You already know that I am standing in the sorta house. And just like the title of the video, I'm sure says in some way or form, this is gonna be the last tour. It dawned on me that I don't think I've ever done an official tour of the front of my house. I literally, the last 2 or 3 videos that I put out were makeovers slash refreshes of my office and my bedroom. I've done a makeover on my bathroom on this channel. If you scroll way back, I'll link them all below or throw them above on the screen. And the bathroom has literally stayed basically the exact same. I'll show it to you guys again, but it is the smallest bathroom I've probably ever had. So there's not much to it, but I don't think I've ever shown you guys the front of my house and the full kitchen. And because I'm moving, people are actually picking up stuff today. So after today, it will look drastically different. Let's get into it. All right, so I kind of want to make this as realistic as possible. Don't get me wrong, I love a super polished home tour, but I'm just off of a Pure Space. I've been a Pure Space host for about 2.5 years. So the sorta house is in pretty good shape, and I want to show you how it looks kind of the way that I live in it every single day. So obviously this is the front door, and right when you walk in, I have a little area that is kind of just my throw stuff on it area, to be honest. I got this console from one of my hotel redesigns. I work for a hotel company, so whenever we're gonna redesign one of our hotels, a lot of the furniture is up for grabs. You're gonna notice that throughout the apartment. So I actually got this console from one of those hotel takeovers. It has served its purpose when it comes to storage. What I typically do is I put like packages and stuff in here, but it is cleared out because someone's gonna buy it today. And then right above, I have this huge mirror that I'm pretty sure I got from Wayfair almost like 5 years ago at this point. I mean, you kind of always want to check yourself out before you were going out the door. I don't know, it's just a big, huge gold mirror, and I love it. Right here is one of my faux plants that I got from my Nana. I mean, probably over a decade ago at this point. I love this plant. I'll put on the screen what's the name of this plant. I don't know, I wanna say maybe a ficus, but I'm actually not sure. The pot that it's sitting in, I have a couple of these. I got these from Home Depot, also another really long time ago. Do not sleep on Home Depot and Lowe's when it comes to pots. Okay, next up is the dining space, and there was actually a lot of conversation around how the front of the house floor plan should be. I don't know, I think I landed with the best floor plan that works for me. Maybe like a family or honestly, I think a family might have set it up a little bit differently, but like I said, this was the best floor plan for me. What you are seeing here is a mix, honestly, of like big box store purchases, Facebook Marketplace furniture, Facebook Marketplace furniture pickups, and hotels. So this table is, a lot of people think it's like a real wood grain table. It is not. It's literally a $100 table from Wayfair that I've had now for 6 years. It does show a lot of wear and tear up close. not gonna lie, but honestly, it served its purpose. And I do eat at this table. I eat at this table right there, I would say probably 5 nights out of the week. And yeah, like when I have my family here, when I have friends here, like I have enough seating for everyone. These chairs were Facebook Marketplace picks. What I get asked about the most is obviously, well, let me not say obviously, but it is this really large piece of art that takes up a majority of the wall. I got this from one of our hotel takeovers, and honestly, like, I love it. Like, I used to have a completely black wall, I'll throw on screen, and it looked so much different than it does now that everything is white. But now I love that it kind of fades into the background and then you just see this like little pop of red. I will probably never get rid of this piece of art. It will go from home to home with me. The bench underneath, this bench has also gone a lot of different places with me. I've had this bench, I want to say honestly, since my first apartment. It literally did not match my first apartment at all, like the decor wise, but I think this was actually one of the first pieces that I got that is more in line with what my style is today, which I would say is maybe, I don't have a coin for my style. Obviously, I do think that I fall into the realm of like contemporary, but I also really like neutrals, I like texture, I like pops of patterns, and you'll see that kind of throughout the house. It doesn't look like that in this room, but throughout the house, I really do love color. And I like an overall chic and relaxed vibe. So that was a mouthful of saying what my style is, but yes, I've had this bench for a really long time. I wanna say that I got this from All Modern. And yeah, this is another piece that I think I'm just gonna have forever. I don't plan on really ever getting rid of this. All of these are actually prints, and this changes quite a bit. These shelves are from IKEA. It's kind of really hard to see them with the light, but obviously the light is huge, which let me just touch on really quickly. The light is from Amazon. I did used to have a completely different light fixture here 6 months ago that I never really loved. But I have a lot of purchases in my house that I necessarily don't love, but I bought them, you know, 6 years ago when I moved in and I didn't have a lot of money and I had to furnish an entire house by myself. So my style and taste and budget has drastically changed since then. So I did finally come around to changing out this light fixture about 6 or 8 months ago. So it's big, it's in the way, I apologize, but these shelves I've had here for a really long time, probably like 5 years, and I switched this art around like a lot. Right now it's really, really neutral. The last Pure Space that I had asked for more neutral background, so a lot of the prints are kind of in your beige or like muted blue tones, but I have had other pieces of art here that were really bright in color. I think picture ledges are a really good way to show your personality throughout a space and make quick changes with art to kind of change up the vibe of your home. You know what I mean? So now we are in the living room. If you watch my vlogs, this is a room that you've definitely seen like quite a bit. I sit on this couch all the time. I've done hauls on this floor. I sit right here and watch TV. So I'll kind of just walk through where everything is from. I'll say this is the one part of my house where the majority of items are big box store purchases. This couch is from Wayfair. I bought it 6 years ago. Literally when I moved in, I had a gray velvet Chesterfield couch that I sold within probably 3 months of living here. And then I immediately bought this. Guys, you are not gonna be able to guess how much this couch costs. Like, compared to what couches cost now, just 6 years later, this couch is a steal. Now, is it the best? No, it's not. Like, I've had to switch out like the longer cushions, like at least once a year I have to switch them out because the foam in the couch is really not that great quality. And because I sit in one place pretty much like every single day, you can feel it kind of start to lose its, you feel it start to get flat and lose its cushion, and it doesn't become as comfortable anymore. So this is not a sleeping couch for me, But also I think it just depends on preference. My boyfriend loves sleeping on this couch, like loves sleeping on this couch, but I can't really sleep here. It must be my age. Like, it just is not that comfortable. But this couch is from Wayfair. All of my pillows literally have just been picked up along my travels. Everywhere from Home Goods to, you know, your Crate and Barrels and CB2s to, again, hotel takeovers, to that store that we don't shop at anymore. So yeah, big mix when it comes to the couch and the cushions. This is an 8x10, and I'll put on the screen more of a close-up. This is an 8x10 rug that I also pretty sure, no, I think I got this rug from Rug USA. And honestly, if you can see, you can't see, let me show you. The majority of the rug, I would say about 50% of the rug is actually behind the couch. Like, the only portion of the rug that is really underfoot is maybe what's the equivalent of a 4x6, but I knew. But guys, this is really, really important, okay? You have to have a rug that's the appropriate size for your room. Like, I can scream this from the rooftops. You have to have rugs that are the appropriate sizes for your rooms. Like, you have to. Enough with like, oh, I put a 5x8 rug in a room that really should have an 8x12. Like, you just have to buy the appropriate size rug for your room. So I knew that the space needed an 8x10, even though the majority of the rug was gonna be behind the couch. Like, visually, it grounds the space and it creates the living room. So if you take anything from this video, stop buying rugs that are too small. And now I will say, like, yes, rugs are expensive, but if you do your research, you can find a really large rug for like a good price. So take that with you guys, take that with you. Oh, the curtains, which you can see, it's getting kind of really bright in here. Let me actually adjust. This is actually the only area though of my house that gets like really, really bright sunlight. And it's basically from the hours of like 8 a.m. to 2 to 3, you'll get great sunlight. These blinds are actually from IKEA. I will throw on screen what blinds that they are. And these curtains are from Amazon. It's literally just kind of like your basic, nothing special about them. I know everybody loves 2 pages and I do too, but I didn't want to pay for custom blinds for this house just because buying custom blinds is still expensive. No, it's not expensive as, you know, like if you went to a real drapery store, but nonetheless, it just wasn't something that I was interested in doing. But I think I've found really good alternatives throughout the house. I think I have really found really good alternatives. Next up is the kitchen. And this is where I actually typically vlog. I'm typically on the other side of the counter. So all of my vlogs, you have gotten a shot of the kitchen. But I don't ever vlog from this POV. So I do have a countertop. I do have an island that we sit at and we eat at. I have these 4 stools that are from, so this is actually crazy. 2 were from Facebook Marketplace, and then 2 were from, again, that store that we don't shop at. I found the 2 on Facebook Marketplace first, which was a risk because I was like, obviously I need more than 2. But when I was talking to the person that I bought them from, at this point, like 5 years ago, she told me, she was like, hey, I bought these from Target, like, and they're still on the site. So if you buy my 2 and you need more than 2, you can just buy 2 more. And that's what I did. So I think these are actually still online right now. Like, I see a version of this stool all the time. It is very, very comfortable. It is very, very sturdy. I've literally never had any issues with the stool. It's a full leather with a black wrought iron, and it's been so easy to just like clean, especially for Pure Space. So I would honestly recommend these chairs to anyone who's looking for just a clean, comfortable counter height bar stool or counter stool, whatever you want to call them. People have really been correcting me on that on Facebook Marketplace because these are obviously listed for sale right now, and everybody's like, you said bar stool, is it counter height? And I'm like, guys, check the measurements. the measurements are there. You can measure to see if it's gonna fit your space. But anyway, this I also painted just to add a pop of color. I painted the wall behind the same color as well. But what I found is that as I started decorating the house, it was starting to be a little bit too beige for my taste. Like, it was definitely starting to be a bit too beige, and I was like, okay, how can I add color? So, you know, adding brown stools and black wrought iron accents that you kind of see all throughout the house. All of the actual rods around the house for drapery and stuff is black wrought iron, and then mixing. Y'all, those dining room chairs, I was supposed to do a DIY on those dining room chairs over 4 years ago. Like, when I bought them, I knew I never wanted that gray material, that gray cloth that's currently on the seated cushions. My plan was to always change them out to like a really like colorful pattern, and I just never got around to it. But yeah, this was my way of adding color to the space. So I will add that green color on the screen if you are interested. I do eat here, and honestly, like, this does turn into a dropping ground sometimes because the island is so big. I've been so grateful to have this island. This is another thing that people kind of always say to me, like, when they come in for peer space, they're like, oh man, like, your island is so big. And that's like, you don't find that a lot anymore, I guess, in like apartments and things like that. So really grateful to have this. I typically just keep my fruit, like actual fruit, as you can see. Okay, so we're in the kitchen, which is typically where you see me, basically in every single vlog. I spend the most time in my kitchen and my family room, this front part of the house. So yeah, the kitchen is probably the most mixy area in regards to like where things are from. Right here is some art that, again, I switch out a lot, but I really loved this picture of the cups because this is me. I literally have cups in my sink right now. I leave cups, a trail of cups outside of my house. I leave a trail of cups all over my house. Like, it's my MO in my car. Like, you know, I've been somewhere if there's a cup of coffee, an unfinished cup of coffee, or a glass of water. That's like my telltale sign. I've got some cutting boards here, which I think, if I'm being honest, I don't think I've ever used any of those cutting boards. I think I maybe have used the block once as a charcuterie board for like a family dinner or party. I think it was like a cousin's game night that I had. And then I have this kind of little mortar, which I actually do use. Like, it has some salt in here right now. So that is my little corner. Like I said, this is kind of as realistic as it's gonna get in my house. And I do get a lot of people who are like, because again, I peer space my house. My sister will sometimes use my house for her clients, for bridal trials. And I get a lot of, my friends know me, so my friends know I'm very, very clean, like bordering OCD. So I get a lot of people who are like, does your house actually look like this a lot of the time? And I'm gonna be honest, I think actually about 60% of the time it does look like this. Like, now obviously it gets way more cluttered. Like, it gets more cluttered in the sense that I might have sweatshirts, you know, on all of the stools. Typically when I come in from the gym, I take my sweatshirt off and I put it there. I might have more bags around. I might have more packages around. I might have like more food around. But I do have a rule of thumb to clean my kitchen every single night. That is something that my mother instilled in me. We do not go to bed with a dirty kitchen. Like, I can probably count on one hand how many times I've left like loads of dishes in the sink. I also live in a very urban area. Like, I live in Jersey City. You know, there's mice, there's roaches. Like, if you're not clean, you're gonna have what's outside in your home. So I'm a big supporter of the kitchen gets cleaned every single night. And then I don't necessarily fluff up my couch every single night. I probably fluff up my couch, you know, once a week. So there'll be like blankets over there, more pillows and stuff like that. But in general, I do try to keep the house fairly neat. I think a big part of that has also been being a peer space host. I clean my house for peer space. So the dirtier my house is, the more I have to clean when I get a booking. If I keep my house at this state a majority of the time, then I only have to do touch surfaces when I get a booking. So yeah, The kitchen is pretty standard though, guys. Like, there's a dishwasher. This dishwasher was actually not here when I moved in. About 2 years into living here, I was like, look, I cannot take it. Like, please give me a dishwasher. So I actually paid for the installation of the dishwasher, and I have a really good contractor. So, because I work in this industry, like I work in the, you know, construction development, like facilities industry. So I paid him like $300, and my landlord paid for the actual dishwasher, and our agreement was I pay for the installation, and then the dishwasher stays here, which is, you know, an added asset to your property. So there wasn't a dishwasher. I lost a bank of cabinets for this, but well worth it. If you look above here, what's above here is my plants. There used to be way more plants here, but honestly, guys, again, like, I lose sunlight in the house around 3 o'clock every day. So there's just not a lot of areas to put plants where they'll live, in the front of the house anyway. But I do still have a couple of plants that I keep up here. This is a DIY that I did ages ago. It's linked on my channel. And then these pots are literally just from random places, like, you know, literally random places all over. I see a pot that I like, I buy it. Over here, you got your standard stove. You got your standard exhaust. And then you got just like a couple of my random things that I use to cook all the time. That's soap. This is actually hand sanitizer. And I basically keep that out just for decoration. I don't really ever use it. I basically wash my hands. Obviously, it's a kitchen. I've got a couple of little like glass carafe for olive oil. These I actually got from Spain. That I got from the store we don't shop at. Y'all, when we stopped shopping at the store we don't mention, that was like a big hit to me. Like, I used to buy so much decor from Target, like just, oh, you go to Target to grab dishwasher pods, but you walk through the decor section. I have saved so much money in the past 6 months not shopping at Target. It's insane. But, you know, I'm not gonna go with stuff that I've already spent my money on. Like, we're not gonna do that. And that's the kitchen. There's really not a lot to it. There's a bank of cabinets below, underneath, on the other side of the island, which I'll throw on the screen. And I basically use that for like pots, pans. My microwave is under there. I'll actually show you guys this because everybody always comes over and they're like, where's your microwave? This is where. So I have my microwave plugged in here, which was also after installing the dishwasher, this was probably like number 2 in like best things I ever did in the kitchen. Just putting my microwave under here because let's be honest, guys, who wants to see their microwave? Nobody. Nobody wants to see their microwave. If you can put your microwave in a cabinet, put it in a cabinet. That's the second takeaway, okay? Get the correct size rugs. If you can hide your microwave, hide your microwave. And, oh, you know what? Let's go to the bathroom because the bathroom is not something that you've seen in probably over 4 years since I made that makeover video. Okay, let's head there. Okay, y'all, so my bathroom is tiny. Like, look, like I'm touching the walls. This is the size of my bathroom. So it's very difficult to film in here, but it's basically the same. I think the only thing that's different in here from when I filmed that makeover video, I'll bring you in, be prepared, is this shelf right here. This shelf is what, is it from West Elm? It's either from West Elm or CB2, and I will throw underneath where this shelf is from. This has proven you're backlit now, so I apologize. It kind of just is what it is. Ah, there we go. We've got some light. This has probably been number 3. Third best thing I've done in my apartment to improve like how I actually live in the space. As you can see, like I have stuff on it. This is my little towels that I use to wipe my face. When I buy like new products that I haven't like unboxed yet, I put it here. These are like my rings and stuff. I do my little phone holder. I've got a candle over there. Like this has made a huge improvement in how I function in a really small space. So whatever your version of storage is, like do that in a really small bathroom, but ensure that one, it looks really nice because it's obviously gonna be seen from every point of the bathroom. And that too, like, it really provides whatever you need it to like do for you. Like, I've seen people do like cabinets on the wall that's more like clothes storage, and that's cool. I think for me, I just like, I'm a visual person, so I like seeing things, I like touching things, and having this here just gave me literally a ledge to put stuff on, especially because I opted for a mirror instead of a medicine cabinet. So I have just a regular circle mirror here. I have a light on top. Again, this is all stuff that I did in a makeover video a while ago. It's really hard to film in here, so I don't want to necessarily like lift it up and you see the light. I'll throw it on the screen what it actually looks like. And then the other changes that I made to this bathroom was just I put up these tiles with a product that is basically like super sticky foam. 6 years ago, no one knew about this product. Like, I never heard anybody talking about this product. I randomly was in Home Depot one day or Lowe's, and I was trying to figure out a way to install these tiles without, honestly, like a renter-friendly way to install tiles. And I found the product, so I'll throw it on the screen. I got these 6 tiles that basically kind of fit perfectly over the little top tile backsplash that's behind it. From Home Depot. And then I did have my landlord swap out this sink. This sink was like $35 from Amazon, I want to say. So obviously, like, having a landlord that works with you on these things, like, it cuts down on the cost and it cuts down on the labor. So thankfully my landlord agreed to just install this for me, and I'm just gonna leave it here for the next owner, because again, it was $35 and I've used it for 6 years. I've gotten my cost per wear. The only other things that I did to the bathroom is I painted this. So I painted this when I first moved in. It has now since chipped, so I will touch this up before the new owners move in. But yeah, I painted it this sage green color. It's been the same color ever since. I added these knobs. I'm pretty sure I got these knobs from Anthropology, and that's basically my super tiny bathroom. I keep a faux plant right here because I just like the look of walking by and seeing like the little bit of greenery poke out. So if you want to get like super real, this is just what my shower organization looks like. I basically just have clear shells. I have a washcloth and I have the scrubby gloves. Look, I'm on the side of y'all need washcloths. Like, I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all out here bathing without washcloths. That's nasty to me. You need a washcloth. And you need to be scrubbing with the gloves your whole body. Like, so yeah, and that's the bathroom, honestly. All right, guys, so that's it. That is the tour of the sorta house. I coined it the sorta house because it literally sort of felt like a house. It is a detached split level home. There is a 1-bedroom apartment underneath me that is accessed from the basement. We share access to the basement because that's where our washer and dryers are. But I have lived in the top portion of this house, which is technically a 3-bed, 1-bath. My entrance to the house is the front door of the property, and I have the garage in the driveway. So it sort of felt like a single family home. That's why I called it the sorta house. And you know, it's crazy to think that like I won't live here. Well, actually it's not crazy because if I'm being honest, I was ready to move on. Not necessarily from my house, but from the Northeast. So it's not so crazy to think that I won't live here. I did always want to buy this property though, so it hurts that I wasn't able to purchase this property. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I never wanted to lose this property. I just didn't want to physically live here anymore, but the markets are crazy. If you haven't watched my other videos, this house sold in 3 days for 80 over asking, all cash. So it sold, I think, for around $625, which, because I lived here, I didn't think it was worth that price, but that was also above my budget, and that's just what it is. It was above my budget, and I obviously, well, let me stop saying obviously, I didn't have an all cash offer. So an 80 over asking all cash offer, I wasn't able to beat. So, you know, this is just it. Like, this is just it. So if you were only here for, you know, the house tour, then thank you for staying. Thank you for watching my house tour. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys watch my vlogs, then let's probably jump into the next clip because we're starting to move.